Right, everyone, welcome back to Adventure Bastards. We're not sadly continuing on with Call of Cthulhu at the moment. We've had a bit of scheduling difficulties keeping Jonny on the show. So we've used this opportunity with Jonny's absence to try and sort out the diversity in the show and get your roleplay back what it's supposed to be, a bunch of white guys.
Happy to
I don't know
help.
why I said woo. That's really bad.
But yeah, so Snap's filling in for us tonight. Do you wanna say hi, Snap?
Hi, Snap.
Here we go. I knew you were going to say that.
Who are you? Tell us a little bit about
tell
yourself.
us about yourself. You know, who are you? Introduce yourself to the 7 folks who watch the show.
Shout out.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good.
Right, yeah, he's good. He's good. Although that remains to be seen. So the plan right now is we're going to play a game called Top Secret. I was going to show the cover, but I don't have it handy.
Secret. It's just gonna be a black screen with no sound.
Yeah. So we're doing a spy adventure called Top Secret. So like set in 1975, kind of like Cold War, Bond, that kind of thing. And we'll probably, this is going to be putting this out one episode a week because at the moment, until we build up a bit of a backlog again, we can't really continue on doing 2 episodes a week. The girls' show is also currently on hold because we're having just as many scheduling problems with that. In general, I think this is what happens with roleplay groups. They always fall apart because everyone can't play. So.
Nah, we're in it for the long run.
I'm right here, motherfucker.
We're here. We're always here for you, Perrin. We're here for the fans.
Except
The
Johnny,
fans.
except Johnny, who doesn't care about the fans.
Oh well.
You let fame go to his head.
Yeah, it's
He
true.
did.
You know, he's out like drinking champagne every night, like in the clubs.
Yeah,
and
in
he's-
London, yeah.
We're going to do this Top Secret. It's going to be a bit of a one-shot adventure, and then I don't know what we'll do after that. We're going to kind of play it by ear, because my goal is to try and get Johnny to at least try and finish at the Call of Cthulhu scenario as soon as possible. But after this, we'll see how things go, and maybe we'll do either more of this or more of the one-shots. We'll kind of just see how things take us. So tonight, since we're doing our spy adventure, should we one by one want to get everyone to introduce their characters, tell us a little bit about them?
I just want to quickly note, it doesn't actually ask for my age on this.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I'll just assume you're 70.
My image says otherwise, but
Yeah, Askew found character images for everyone. I'll see if I can throw them up on the video, but no promises.
God.
Oh,
I'll use the
Some of
Feel
them
free
might
not
be
to throw mine
like
up.
copyrighted and stuff like
Well,
that.
yeah, but I mean, if we show them for like 2 seconds, I mean, how quickly can they sue us?
well, they can pause it.
They can pause it and then it lasts a long
Shit! Seen through my
It's not
clank
like
line.
live stream, like, oh, missed that. Oh well.
Well, I mean, if we can't use the copyright, we can use the skiing one for you, Snap.
Yeah, avid winter
You
sport.
might actually get kicked off YouTube if you do that.
Yeah, I won't show that video.
A video. There's a video of it.
This is going to play so badly for the YouTube audience. Just to say that Askew has a history of taking pictures of people, and
People don't need to know.
okay.
you make it sound worse than it is now.
It is.
Sorry,
I
just-
like messing around in Photoshop.
People
That's
are now
all.
going to ask in the comments if we're going to answer, so.
I like Photoshop and that stuff. Okay.
Daft
Daft stuff.
penises.
There we go. It's been said. Yeah.
Straight out with it. Oh,
Right.
he's embarrassed now.
I'm not. I'm internally blushing.
I like to imagine
Bright
that's
red.
the end of Adventure Bastard. Askew just like flips the table and stops. Right. So let's I'm going to go around the crew and get you to introduce your character and tell us a bit about them. So let's ask you to start with you.
All right. My character is Tony Constantine.
Edgelord.
He's male. He's American. He's 14 stone. He's got 2 brown eyes and luscious long hair that he can't tie back. if
This is
required.
dating profile.
The can be tied back if required.
Well, mine's will be the way I'm going to read it.
Should we tell about our advantages? Is that something that?
If you want.
Well, I have a photographic memory,
Oh, really?
but I'm also known to be a very deep sleeper. So
I like that. That's how he introduces himself. Hi guys, I'm Tony Constantine. I got a photographic memory, but I do sleep a lot.
Help group go around talk about like who are you?
Everyone hold hands.
What characteristic.
I don't know how old I am.
You don't remember the other day you were like,
Such a deep
29
sleeper.
or
I don't
28?
know what day it is. I'll be 40. Spot on the dot 40.
Okay. So, Carlo, let's get on to you.
do we have to do ages and all that?
Don't
Wait,
say
stuff?
whatever you want. Introduce your character. You don't have to.
Right.
You don't have to
Okay.
give your full dating profile.
I'm modestly named Kevin Sandy, as Kieran called me, the Sandman. American, male, white. Let's go with 35. Brown eyes, shaved head.
How much do you weigh?
95 kilograms.
What's that in
on the
stone?
It's
Who works in stone these days?
Me! I'm
15
14 stone.
15.2 stone, I think. I don't know.
Big lad.
I have acute vision,
Like 14.
but I'm colorblind.
Like you
as
said,
well,
cute
which makes
vision.
no sense.
It's cute
Actually,
vision.
damn cute he is that.
I got cute vision. Scan in, for the...
You're colourblind.
and I'm colorblind, which is an odd combo.
Okay. Right, Kieran.
My name is Charles the Dancer. I am a Frenchman. 6 foot, 80 kilograms. How old am I? I'm going to say 32. Ice blue eyes, dark brown hair, attractive appearance. But
That isn't a attribute listed there.
It is on mine.
Oh, advantage.
Yeah.
Oh right, okay,
appearance.
yeah. I didn't realize it was your advantage. I
You
thought
yet
you just
played a
Yeah,
character.
Like I said, mine actually reads like a dating profile.
yeah.
Have you ever?
What's
have you
your
yet-
disadvantage? Have you not got one?
I'm a bit lecherous.
Yeah.
It comes across.
Yeah, sexual deviant.
Kieran, have you yet played a character that isn't meant to be you?
Russell Montana.
Okay, I'm just
Ross
checking.
Banner
just
as
checking.
well. Ross Banner is like the badass.
Okay, right. Is that you done?
Yes.
Right. Snap.
Right, my character's name is Jimmy Willis. I'm a former military officer. I might have got kicked out of the military, but we don't talk about that.
Is it like anti-authoritative? You were like fuck the system kind of thing.
Pretty much. So yeah. My character's basically me. But with a military
You
background.
would never get in the military.
I
Yeah,
would
I'd have to
definitely
run
get a mile in
out,
5
though, if I did get in.
Yeah, you would be.
That's
sure.
true to life. Right, he's 100 kilograms, 6'2", blue eyes, black hair, and I'm ambidextrous. Does that
Blue
matter?
eyes.
Will that
What?
come into play? That is the question. Yeah, dual wielding pistol. No.
There's going to be so many forms to fill out that you're ambidextrous. You're going to be ahead of everyone else while they're there with one hand filling out the form.
And what's your disadvantage? What are you weak? What are you weak at?
I've got an enemy. He likes to stalk me a bit.
It's the guy that he had the throat problems with.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think of that. That's a good idea.
But when you're down, you will listen to me.
Blues Yoda.
Right, so as our story begins, you four have all been recruited into the Orion Foundation by a mysterious woman called Diana Hunter.
Headhunted.
How good looking? She's a out of 10.
You haven't really met her at this point. She's kind of like, it's all been like phone calls and weird messages and things like that.
Weird messages.
Weird messages.
Over secured lines. Secure.
Each of you have kind of had your own run-in with kind of like sort of, I guess I'd say, clandestine forces, and
What's clandestine? I'm actually genuinely serious.
it's one of those words, clandestine.
So you don't know yourself? He doesn't know. Which is fine, but what do you mean?
It's like, how do you describe it? Like secret, kind of like purposeful, kind of like.
There you go. I'm going to copy paste what it says on Google.
Just read it. Secret and concealed, often for illicit reasons.
Kind of what I just said.
Yeah, you did. You must have had the description.
So anyway, you kind of have each kind of like ran into these clandestine forces that you weren't aware of what was actually going on, and you all kind of came out of it, showing a level of competence, and your efforts were noticed by Diana Hunter, and she's recruited each of you into the new batch of recruits for the Orion Foundation. And so, hold on a sec.
Do we have a squad name?
Oh, yeah,
Imagine this to be like the Kingsman.
yeah, this is
Squad name.
this is kind of like the start of the Kingsmen. So you're not really a squad yet. You don't really know each other yet. In fact, you're only going to meet each other for the first time in a moment. So
Ooh.
you each get a message from them telling you you each
Should
get.
have made us introduce ourselves then.
Yeah, that would have made a lot more sense.
I wasn't reading that
We
far
should
ahead.
cut out the first.
Yeah, we'll
I'm
do
not doing it
we'll do
again.
another
I'm
round.
not doing that again.
Tony Constantine's a one-man guy.
A one-man guy.
I don't know. I think a one-time guy.
Do you mean one-line man or something?
No, he's a
One
one-man
guy.
guy. He's very monogamous. Is Tony Constant?
Hey, he might be married.
Licking his lip.
He might be married.
You got to do the Lee McRae voice for the entire show.
Oh, in jokes. It's all right though.
Right. Anyway, so yeah, you each get a note from Diana saying you've all been accepted and you've all been cleared through background checks and such, and so you're each to attend the Centauri shipping office in New York City.
Oh, I've done a background check. So that should have just been me, Carlo Grossi.
Failed background check.
How did I pass
you know
my
that's not
background
true.
check?
The background check wasn't to check whether you'd ever, being thrown out of the military doesn't fail your background check. Being like, a spy would have failed a background check.
That's what we are.
Or being
Yeah.
part of Al Qaeda or something.
Not yet. You're not spies yet.
Are we not?
You're about
Oh,
to be.
Okay. Okay, I get you.
Right now, you're 4 civilians who are attending a meeting at a building.
I thought it was military. But...
Ex-military. You're all you're not. None of you are in your former jobs right
Civvies.
Oh.
Civvies.
I get
That's
it.
That's what all military personnel call civilians, civvies.
Civvy.
now. Right. So yeah, you show up at where is this? God, I should have
New
read it.
York.
I should have read ahead a bit more. So yeah, the note says visit the Centauri shipping office in New York City and ask for moon rocks.
Get arrested for trying to get crack.
So yeah, you guys all arrive at a sort of nondescript-looking building in the sort of the shipping and docking area of the of New York, and all sort of arrive around the same time because you're all given the same time to arrive, and you're outside this building. So there you go.
So kind of stood amongst each other, not known.
Yeah, you've all just
all
sort of
here for
walking
the
up.
same-
You're all just walking up, like looking at the address, and you all just sort of see each other.
I'm quite
else here, or
headstrong.
is it
I've
just
gone
us?
past Willis.
Sorry, right now it's just you guys. It's the middle of the day. There's people milling around, but nobody else going in and out of this building at the moment.
Like looking around, just like moon rocks.
So can we go into? Can I like press the door buzzer?
Oh, the door's open. The door's open.
Oh, I'll step inside.
So yeah,
Hello.
you step inside the building, and it's kind of like a
Hello.
Hello, I'm Desmond. So you go inside, and it's kind of like a well lit, kind of like modern, clean kind of office building. There's like a reception with a woman sat behind it. She's looking sort of like expectantly over at you guys. There's like magazines around and lava
What's
lamps
your
and
out of
stuff.
10?
Sorry.
What's your out of 10?
8.
Respectable.
Start using a random number generator. It seems like every
Roll
time,
D10.
every time we speak to a woman, they seem to be 7 or 8. That isn't true of life.
Well, no.
They're all-
But this is a
they're
spy
either-
film.
Wait. They're either 7, 8, or like 78 is like what it is.
I want to go and pick up a magazine. I don't want to be obvious.
All right, so you go. So you pick up a magazine. It's like what hi-fi magazine showing you the latest in miniaturization of these hi-fis that you can.
Walkmans.
No, not that crazy. A tape player is still about this big.
Okay.
Can I lean over to one of the other guys and go, why is that guy holding that magazine upside down?
I'm not though.
Oh no.
Weird.
I'm testing all 3 of you. You see. You
The
Well, my acute sight saw that you're holding the magazine upside
know
down.
what colour the magazine is though.
I don't know what it-
Tone.
So the woman at the reception's kind of sort of chuckling, watching you guys mess around with magazine. Well, watching.
I'm going up to the reception.
Uh,
Wait, what was I supposed to do again? Say a magic word.
Yeah, moon rocks. I didn't say it out loud.
Just walked up like.
Get shot.
are you interested in acquiring some moon rocks?
We.
They just ask you.
No, because he said moon rocks to her.
All right. Okay.
Are you?
We.
You get
Oh, we. She says, not a problem. We have a fresh shipment just in. If you head over to warehouse 12, just opposite, and she gives you a bit of paper with a manifest on it, and says, just there's a crate of them there. I'm sure you're welcome to help yourselves.
Merci. Au revoir.
I get a little pen out of my lapel and find the word moon somewhere in the magazine and find the word rocks elsewhere, and I go over, put it on the desk, and point to moon followed by rocks.
This is mute.
I walk over before they're done doing their thing and say, "Yeah, I need the moon rocks as well, please."
She hands Kevin a piece of paper with the same shipping manifest as she gave to Charles, and she's still waiting to hear back from Tony if he's mute or not.
She need not know.
I thank her and give Tony a weird look and walk off.
I smile at her. I smile at her. She doesn't need to know any different.
She's
I'm
sort
gonna
of like,
walk up to Tony and ask, "Are you here for the thing?" thing.
I just say yes.
Right. So, are we going?
says she looks at you, Jimmy, and says, "What are you after?"
Moon rocks, of course.
Okay. She says,
Of
"Okay."
course.
And she says, and she hands you two bits of paper again that have the same shipping manifest that she gave.
I slide
to
into my magazine, put it on my arm. I've seen enough spy films.
Do we even know we're being recruited to be spies at this point?
You kind of have an idea that's where it's heading.
I'll look at it and shove it in my pocket.
Okay.
Scrumble it up.
Dismissively,
from the shoulder.
Passive aggressive.
Sending me over fucking moon rocks. So what are you guys going to do? I assume you guys are going to head over to the warehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm already gone.
Yeah, I'm already gone as well.
All right, yeah. So you guys sort of walk over the docks. There's like a big warehouse. The as you kind of go into this warehouse, the people who are moving crates around doing general warehouse work kind of see you guys coming in, and they sort of close the door behind you so that nobody outside can see you guys wandering deeper inside.
Okay. So all four of us are in now?
Yeah. I assume you guys are walking together.
Yeah.
Just make sure nothing happens on the way or anything like that, or we don't get it.
Hold on a sec. Right, so yeah, as you approach the box of moon rocks, one side of it opens up, revealing a high-tech elevator. High-tech for the 70s, at least. It has.
So an elevator.
Yeah, it's an elevator, but it has like chrome buttons.
That light up when you touch them.
Yeah, like big circular, like lights up. It looks very cool and very, very swanky. Like slightly padded walls.
Does it have an arrow that's like moon rocks this way?
No, this was like the crate said moon rocks on it. Well, had the manifest for moon rocks
Alright.
kind of opened up and then revealed this elevator. There's like there's a big button marked down on it. Well, there's up and down buttons, but there's the down one's the only one lit up. So I assume you guys just gonna go ahead through it.
I guess so.
Right. Anyway, so yeah, you go press down, and like the elevator sort of descends deep into the ground, and you kind of after a while it comes out and it opens up into this small featureless room. There's kind of like the room's mostly blank, but you can see like these big bulky cameras on the corners, kind of watching you. Hold on a sec.
Stop looking at me! Shouting at the camera.
Sort of you hear a voice coming over like you don't see any doorways out of there at the moment, but apart from the elevator you came from, but you hear a voice over the intercom saying, "Do you have any weapons on you?" Those weapons.
Do I?
Those
We
weapons. No, those weapons you're issued you don't have yet, by the way.
Oh, right, okay. Only
No.
my fists.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I could use a pen. I could kill somebody with a pen if I wanted. I've got
Do you
a
have pen stabbing skill?
Is that actually a skill?
No.
Anyway, so yeah, the guy says, "Any weapons amongst you?"
No.
No.
Says, all right, and like sort of a laser beam comes down and sort of like scans you guys gradually. It says you're all clear. Go ahead, and then like a sort of like out of the wall, kind of like a doorway comes up, and a sort of a young kind of wiry, kind of like nervous-looking guy comes out and says, "Oh, good to meet you, gentlemen. Good to meet you, gentlemen. Always good to meet the new recruits." And like shakes your hand.
I give him a big hard handshake.
This is Q.
He says it's the first time in the office.
Yes.
He says, let me give you a tour. Let me show you around. Yeah, you're gonna love this place. You're gonna love this place. We've got the best of everything. The best of everything. And he sort of gestures you, and behind him there's kind of like a little kind of like a tramway kind of thing, like a sort of like almost like a monorail kind of thing. But it's not like a big train. It's kind of like a small kind of like carriage you sit on, and it kind of like will take you deeper into the facility.
Your mine cart.
Yeah, kind of. I guess minecart's probably the best way, but yeah, to describe it. But
So it's like the start of Half-Life.
it's not. It's not a closed train. It's kind of like you're sitting on it, and you can kind of see around you. Like
I know what you mean.
yeah. So anyway, so you can the tunnels kind of stretch off in different directions. They're all kind of like these curved tunnels, and there's people in various like lab coats, security guards, and stuff walking around, all kind of with different purposes.
Like the start of Half-Life.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Imagine it's the start of Half-Life.
I want to say the guy. I
I'll
guess you know all of our names. So what's your name?
It says, I'm Chinua.
Chinoa.
It says, yeah, they've asked me to give you a basic orientation with the building for the building, so you kind of what you guys are getting into. But yeah, I'm sure you'll be very impressed. We've got the best of everything down here. That's kind of what we're all about here at Orion. The best and the brightest, and hopefully in your case the bravest, coming together to save the world. Hopefully.
You have the best coffee.
Oh, he says, oh, you wouldn't believe our coffee machine. It's fantastic. It's the size of a room, but the coffee it makes is amazing. I mean, it takes about an hour to make a cup as well. It's fantastic.
Uses
Holy.
200 beans. Only extracts the finest particles.
He says, I've been working on it, the coffee stuff myself for many months. It's almost drinkable now. It's fantastic. Anyway, so let's speed things up a little bit. Anyway, so yeah, so you sort of sit on this minecart as you get your Half-Life opening sequence. He sort of goes past the what he calls the Coriolis Bureau, which is the computer the computer and communications arms. He says this is where all the real magic happens, and it's like he says that we've got all the best computer equipment from that money can buy to help us track down what's going on around the world, and so through the sort of glass as you go past, you can see all these massive computers with like tape-to-tape reels kind of thing, and sort of big CRT screens showing maps of various locations throughout the world with like weird ominous red dots and markings and logos and things on them. And people
Is any of this information important? Just with me having a photographic memory, and
no, this is more giving you a sense of the kind of what you're joining. This is more.
Okay.
This is.
I never forget.
Anyway, so as you go past that, he pauses for a minute and says, "This is Martin Bumer, or Red, as we tend to call him around here. He's head of computer or communication technology. So, if there's anything you need to know, you'll be able to get him on the comms, and he can have satellites retasked to find anything you need as soon as you need it, kind of thing."
I'm assuming we'll need some sort of radio operator skill to actually be able to communicate properly.
I says, "Oh no! You'll all be issued with a
Codec.
An Orion Com SW1 as standard. It'll
Yes.
Okay, let me just delete my radio operator skill. 1 sec.
Well, you might. you might need that to use other people's radios.
Goddamn cursed skills.
Well, you might need that to use other radios, but you guys have the ability to communicate with your base.
If we all happen to lose our radio, then I'm going to be super useful.
What if we need to contact something that isn't the base?
Yeah, that's when I'll be
useful.
useful, I imagine. I was kind of... Yeah.
Anyway, he says best. Anyway, Red says, best of luck to you, gentlemen. Hopefully, even a few of you will survive your first mission.
We're the best.
And he's kind of half joking, but half means it. He as you're driving away, Chinua says to you, he says, I mean, in all honesty, our survival rate for new recruits is pretty low, but word on the grapevine is that you guys know what you're doing.
Have you seen my military record?
He says, yes. He sort of looks at you like.
Oh.
He says, really?
You wouldn't have gotten to that bit.
It's so funny how HD snaps cameras compared to Perrin's. Every time I look between them, snaps in like 60 FPS, 1080p. And Perrin's like...
I mean, I think I have loads of settings I can improve it. I just don't really mess with it.
Yeah, I know.
Right. So yeah, he says anyway. Next up, he says this is the Ganymede Bureau. This is where this is where I work. This is where we build our specialist weaponry and equipment. He says hopefully if you're with us long enough, I'll get time to make some
Railguns.
He says, well, he says if it's just guns you're looking for, I'm sure you can pick those up on site. Like it's not generally that easy, even with our resources, to travel around the world carrying Uzis.
Reusable condoms.
He says, I'll make a note. He says, but generally we come up with the best gadgets, the best sort of equipment for you to track down and subdue your targets as best we can. If you guys are with us for a while, I'm sure I'll get a chance to make some wonderful stuff for you. But for your first assignment, I'm sure they'll just give you standard issue equipment.
Where do your limits stretch? What kind of... Because my hair drops down a lot. I'd like an automatic ponytail thing.
He says, I'll make a note. Any other requests, guys?
Just that one.
He says, I mean, I can't have anything for you today, but I'll have a look at the ponytail machine and the reusable condoms.
Well, like we can just request some gadget.
He's kind of joking.
Okay.
Is he? I don't like this guy anymore. Had me hopes up for a sec.
He's not going to waste his budget on researching reusable condoms for Charles the Dancer.
Just wait till he gets a disease and I die by catching me hair in a tractor or something.
You die from the disease that Charles.
I really hope that's how this campaign ends.
Charles has an STD and Tony gets
Charles giving Tony an STD.
Tony gets
Pulling on
caught in a
my
machine.
ponytail.
I wouldn't be so into this if I didn't have a ponytail.
Fucking hell.
Or if he did have a ponytail.
Anyway. Anyway, they pull up outside this area where the builder special weapons, and he says, meet my boss Ed Lowry. He's and this is like a very cheery guy. He says, welcome guys. Here's your communicators, and he hands each of you these kind of like modern high-tech watch device that also has like a built-in radio communication device.
Thanks very much, Ed.
And this is the Orioncom SW1 that was on your equipment list. And he says, you'll probably be speaking to the guys over in the communications lab most of the time, but this will keep you in contact. Hopefully, keep you out of too much trouble. Things are really bad. Make sure you let us know, and we'll see what we can do to get you out.
I'll press a button on it. Like going into anyone as it's starting to communicate.
Yeah. You immediately get a reply saying. It says this is an unactivated line. And which field agent is this?
Tony Constantine. And then I hang up.
You can't hang up.
Over.
You said
Tony Constantine.
Like
Over.
pages. Like...
like just down the hallway, like down the thing where you passed already, someone like pops their head out and looks at you. And they're like, what the? And then and Ed looks back and just like,
flip him off.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I'm not mean. I point at him and go like.
It says Ed sort of laughs and says, "Well, yes, they're already operational, but you're not on the approved agent list yet. But you should be by the time you're out there today, so don't worry about that."
Yeah, it's good to test it. Good to test the line off the bat.
So as you sort of pass by, I mean, as you sort of continue this tour around the building, you see lots of like rec rooms with people sort of relaxing, generator rooms, storage areas. You see other trams passing by carrying other personnel. It's kind of like quite a big facility down here, sort of all stocked to the brim. Anyway, so yeah, but holding halfway through, the tram stops and he says. It says, there's much more facility to see, but you'll have to get to it another time. Alexander's very keen to see you guys and brief you. So if this is the tour kind of ends here, so and he sort of gestures towards like this office room.
Whoa.
Oh, hold on a sec. So yeah, as you go in there, there's another young woman sat at a reception desk, and she's just like, good morning, gentlemen. Mr. Jacobson's ready for your briefing, so if you please head through.
What's your out of 10?
Hold on a sec. We're now going to roll every time you ask this. She's a 10 out of 10.
Whoa!
Adjusting your chair.
God, gosh.
God, like
I tell
sucking.
her that she is absolutely glowing, and then walk off.
She sort of smiles and says, "I know." Anyway, so yes, you go into the room and you're in like a sort of room set out kind of like classroom.
Now that this is because my character has got lectury. I'm like, I should probably
Oh,
hit
yeah.
on every woman. It's like,
Yeah, that's the reason.
yeah.
How come Kieran's got 2 advantages?
So anyway, so yeah, you walk into the room and it's a briefing room, so it's kind of almost like laid out almost like classroom style with like benches and like the front has got like a projector screen and he's got slides. And there's a sort of a middle-aged man, sort of smartly dressed in a suit, sort of greying hair, looks very sternly at you gentlemen and says, "Gentlemen, please take a seat."
Do I need a sitting skill?
Yeah. Can you roll for sits?
Roll for it.
What's
Here
your
I go.
to sit? I don't. What if I want to sit next to Jimmy or?
Did I pass?
Hold on a second. What's your
He
What's your
fell off the
reflex?
chair.
What? Well, I've got really bad reflexes. So I probably
Yeah.
do.
So yeah, Kieran sort of stumbles down. I'm sorry, Charles sort of stumbles into his seat and makes a big racket as he sort of drops down into his chair.
Oh, you need new seats, mate.
Is his table like a bit off balance while I throw the magazine underneath the leg? Then
What?
you know when people put like a little wedge. No, I'll not do that. I want to keep the
It
magazine.
says, gentlemen, enough antics. Please take a seat.
And
I'm already sitting. I'm just like, what the fuck are they doing?
I'm
This
trying
is-
to sit.
It says you're a much more lively crew than I expected from reading from your experience.
you must be Alexander.
Thought my experience would suit me pretty well.
He says, "Yes, I'm Alexander, and I've already turned the page over, shouldn't I? Alexander Jacobson. I'm in charge of field operations here and in briefing new recruits such as you gentlemen. You've all passed background checks, and from what Diana says, you all very promising candidates. So we're glad to have you aboard the Orion organization. Hold on a sec." He says, "As you gentlemen may be already aware from the things that have led you here, we are a world at war. Even though it is a war that most of the public are oblivious to." It says the web organization, as you may or may not have already heard of them, are
Not the World Wide Web organization.
It's anonymous.
So he says, yes, the web organization have been operating in secret across the world for over a decade now, and our organization has been established to try and curb their efforts to save the world from threats unknown.
Are we the good guys or the bad guys?
He says, "I'd like to think we're the good guys." It says the web organization. We still don't know much about. We know a lot, but we don't know everything about their inner workings yet. We don't even know their ultimate goals. We just know that they've spread to power throughout the world. And then again, this again alone in itself would not be concerning, but it's the methods by which they do so, which is secretly and exerting control over people through bombs and other nefarious schemes to take control. We obviously, whatever their goal is in mind, it involves control on a global scale, one that is deeply worrying. And so the Orion organization was founded by a group of wealthy gentlemen who saw, who encountered the web organization in various forms and realized something was going on out there, and that something needed to be done. Something that individual national security forces weren't equipped to deal with. We are, we cross international borders freely and operate without government kind of oversight, which I guess makes us a bit, potentially dangerous. But we hope we're doing it for the right reasons.
Sounds right up my alley.
Yes, he says. It says operating outside government guidelines certainly seems like your forte, Mr. Willis.
I just found that funny.
So you've read my file.
He says yes, and he gives
I
you a look.
I like to think my character knows about it as well, because I was in the military as well. But...
and he sort of like he pauses for a minute, thinking about what he's read in your file, and then just sort of shakes it off and says, "No, but I understand you're a very talented individual, and I'm sure you can do much for the organization." He says, let's just not have a repeat, please, for the love of God."
I can't promise that.
And his eyes widen.
But I will say, so far, this is looking promising. This is my kind of place.
His eyes sort of widen as the prospect, and he's just like, whew. Anyway.
Get excited. What do you do? I'm an official.
Damn it, if that receptionist is anything to go by.
He says, yes, Mr. Dancer. Of course. Always the ladies' man, or at least in your head anyway.
Wretch.
He says
My
that,
advantage is attractive, so like they both go hand in hand.
he says, well, he
Yang.
says, I'm sure it will serve you well in the field as many other agents before you. He says, just be careful that women are not your downfall, as we've lost many a good agent who's been taken in by a nice pair of legs.
Oh, no promises.
He's an ass man. That's all right.
And he goes, yes.
Well,
I've read,
yeah,
and then,
Mr.
And that's Kirk
Alexander.
Flukes, and then we're in trouble.
and she'll come after you say, yeah, he's an ass man. He goes, yes, I've seen the files.
Have a look.
And like he's sort of like his file on Charles is like a big file full of photos, and he's just like, but never mind.
What do you know about me, Mr. Alexander? Mr. Jacobson? 'Cause I don't know a whole lot about me yet. I'm excited.
He says,
Tell me about
he says,
me.
Mr. Constantine, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I don't know what those quotations are for.
He says, well, it's not the name on your birth certificate, is it?
Is it? Is it not? Tell me what, pray tell. What do you have me down as?
Tony Peggle?
Gosh.
That's
No comment.
Tony
I'll bury me head in the magazine I've got.
He says, yes, I thought so. Mr. Constantine.
Like over it, I'm a bit funny, like.
I put the magazine down when you call me my proper name.
He says, anyway, Mr. Constantine, and Sandy, and Willis, and Dancer.
It's like it's Santa's reindeers.
fucking hell. When does Rudolph arrive?
He says, he says, we're gonna send you out to San Francisco. So I hope you don't mind a little bit of flight to get you going. We've got a small mission out there for you guys to deal with. It should be a simple.
That's what time of year this is.
This is like summer.
Okay.
He says it's a simple surveillance task, but we think it's a good start for a few candidates such as yourself. Hopefully, you guys can't. Well, I don't want to imply this, but even worst case scenario, you guys shouldn't be able to fuck this up too much.
Good to know.
So he says, but yeah, we're going to send you out there now, and hopefully this will be a good test to see how you guys work together as a team. I understand the four of you never met before, but we like to put our new recruits in teams. Often by the time the induction process is over, you're down to a single man. But for now, if we can get 1 out of 4 of you to live through the first few missions, that will be a good win for the organization.
What about disputes amongst team members?
This
What
is
happens then?
There shouldn't be any disputes. You guys need to work together as a team to solve issues.
Do we
Yeah,
have a
I'm
license to kill?
And I'm saying, what if we don't?
So sorry, which question am I answering first? License to kill. He says, kill in self-defense if you have to, but bear in mind you're not above the law. We do.
I am the law.
we to a certain degree. We can probably get you out of jail, but the local if the local police oh shit, what happened there?
I don't know.
Hold on a sec, I'm just
Tell me
worried.
you've been recording this entire time.
That's what I'm worried about.
Uh-oh.
I'll Alt F4 this Skype call right now.
No, I must have just clicked stop and start because there is a file there already. It's just it just stopped and started. The timer was just
30-second file.
Well, the timer was at 20 seconds, so I was like, "What the hell?" And
Oh.
but anyway, no, I just stopped and started it by accident. Anyway, so this is our situation with the governments is that we have approval at a high level, but at a low level, people don't know who we are, and that means that the local police officers aren't going to cut you any slack if you start opening fire in a public place. We can get you out if you go to jail, but I would presume in a clutch situation in a mission, the last thing you need to be doing is waiting 24 hours while we get you out.
I'm not averse to a night in the cell.
It's not exactly what I was aiming at there. I was more try and not end up in a cell.
Okay, so what you're implying is don't get in trouble with the police.
Yeah, if you're gonna off, he says, put bluntly, if you're gonna off someone, do it quietly.
Let's put it this way: if they fail to capture us and then put something out for our arrest, that will be gone the next week.
Yeah, well, we can suppress that kind of stuff. Just don't get caught.
Okay,
What if
just
we
don't get
off the
caught.
police?
That's what I was waiting to hear. Don't
So-
get
Yeah,
caught.
off the police.
Yeah,
Sorry.
well, what if we just dispose of the police when they
Oh
come?
yeah, that's like
It's efficient.
It's just, if you kill police officers, you're going to make all of our lives a lot harder. We have an ultimate goal here to try and save the world, and we can't do that if we're going around killing innocents.
What if it's a
police
corrupt
officer,
police
that's
officer?
like jail time, no matter who you are.
If you've got proof of corruption, pass that on. Don't open
yeah.
fire. He says use some self-restraint, Mr. Willis. I know that's not your forte, but
We're not in the
keep that in
military now,
mind.
Mr. Willis.
restraint, please, Mr. Willis. We've all seen what you can do.
He must be
Half
from
of
the R. He must be straight out the RAF, straight out the RAF. He's been golfing this entire time.
Anyway, he says, any other questions?
When do we start?
What's the mission?
He says, well,
Question?
he says you'll be briefed in San Francisco. If you head to the offices of the Mentex Corporation, you'll receive your final briefing from a Mr. Mark Christensen. He's the head of our San Francisco branch of the Orion Foundation. And he can tell you what he needs you to do. He says, I have your ID cards here, so he hands each of you an Orion security card. He says,
This is where you could put the pictures. The pictures of our characters.
Okay, but yeah, he says there's no, as you'll see, there's no names on the cards because we're trying to leave as little
That's what I was going to ask. Do we need code names? Do we have code names?
It says, well, it's up to you. It's up to you, gentlemen, how you refer to yourself in the field. You can go by your names. You can have cover identities, whatever it takes. He says, my advice would simply to be, if you're trying to infiltrate, don't use your real names.
Well, so Tony's sorted.
I'm not up to Constantine. Constantine is my real name.
Constantine.
He says, just don't be using the same identities in multiple places where they might make connections. Be sensible about it. Mostly, he says, that's up to you. That's up to you guys. It's up to you to prove yourself that you can do what we need to do, and do it without drawing too much attention and stopping the forces of the web.
Okay, so if we're deciding our own code names, don't you need to know them?
It says no. When you contact us on your communicator, we'll know who's calling.
Okay.
So we don't need to know your names. We just need.
If I drop my communicator and then contact the officers using someone else's
Keep getting
communicator,
the word communicating. I just keep thinking of the Power Rangers.
seems inefficient not to have. I don't know. Never mind.
It says, well, you have your car. If you lose communication, you need to get in touch with our operatives, and your security badge will identify you as a member of Orion.
What I'm asking is, do we have numbers?
No.
Lame.
Unless you want to, give yourself a number, that's fine. But it's up to you what you call yourself in the
C.
field.
7.
C9.
Straight up. C9.
Senile.
Cena.
John Cena.
That's my code name, John Cena.
He's not been
My
born
ring
Good
yet.
name is Askew.
Hey. Don't mind you if don't let me fall asleep on the plane. I might never wake up.
God.
I'm a deep sleeper.
Anyway, he says, so yes, he says, so if you head to the airport, you'll be plane tickets waiting for you, and you'll on the way out, Chinua will each give you a revolver and a pocket knife. These are standard issue weapons. He says, as I said, try not to get into too many gunfights if you don't have to. The idea here is to be spies, not the military. We've already got a military. If you need stronger weapons, I'm sure you'll be able to secure them from the forces you're facing up against. But
You're on site.
yeah, but just bear in mind, even if you find better weapons, lugging around an AK in San Francisco is probably going to draw some attention.
Probably.
Probably.
Unless we have a concealing skill.
Okay.
Do you?
Yes.
How are you going to? That doesn't matter anyway.
Don't make me answer that question.
I realised we forgot to actually roll for your money during character generation, but never mind.
I'm a millionaire.
Anyway, actually, we'll roll for money while you're on the fly. So he says, but thank you very much, gentlemen. Head out to San Francisco. Show me what you can do.
Godspeed,
Godspeed.
Alexander.